Hello, everyone. I just decided to go live and practice some vocabulary with you guys. So, my name is Vlad. I'm an online English teacher. I teach English to various students online. And today we are going to practice vocabulary with random lists. I've been using randomizers for language practice and language learning for a long time with my students. It's a great way to have that impromptu practice and to have more variety in learning. So today I'll just be generating those three images and I will just read the vocabulary. So you will see the visuals, and that's very important because you are connecting basically your vocabulary that you learn here and the visual. Yeah, I will not be answering your questions, so just tune in, enjoy um, the lesson, vocabulary lesson. Let me plug in my charger, not to not to disconnect my laptop during the this live. So let's start. I will be using Cambridge Dictionary to check some of the maybe unknown words, some of the words that you guys might want to learn. I will read the word and I will ask you to repeat after me, those who want to practice with me. So let's go. So here we see a rusty nail, rubber band, rubber band, carrots, carrots, just a type of vegetable, yeah? Now, you will see all of these visuals. Some of the words will be strange, unknown, and that's good. If I click return, I will get three new images, random images. Sometimes you will see images repeating, but that's okay. We'll click again and we'll get some new images. Let's go. So we have lotion here, lotion, slipper, one slipper, but a pair of slippers. Newspaper, newspaper. Let's go and generate something else. Again, as you can see, newspaper, but the first one is milk, and it looks like it's a gallon of milk. A gallon of milk. And number three is towel, towel. Now let me ask you how to read these words here. Okay, these two I think you know, but this one I might even need to check with you what is this and how to pronounce it correctly. Now I use Cambridge Dictionary whenever I have some doubts in how to pronounce this word. So as you can see, we can click US and UK pronunciation here. Let's go for
Shawl.
shawl. Yeah, shawl. And sometimes I use transcription as well because pronunciation, like media, might not be always clear, but transcription always tells you that it's shawl, shawl. Okay, so the first word was shawl. Now, how about these two words? Can you say them with me? How do you say this? Number two is clock, obviously. Number three is bowl. Yeah, bowl, like a bowl of soup or a bowl of rice. Let's generate some more images and more vocabulary. Again, as you can see, rubber band came up here, but as I noticed, this generator, this randomizer, gives a lot of different pictures of different objects. Now, this one is eraser, or another way of calling this object is rubber, just as here, rubber. And the button. Now, button can be on your computer, on your phone, but also on your shirt, for example, yeah? Button. Okay, next one is broccoli. Repeat after me, broccoli. Tire swing. This is a tire, and if you swing on it, it becomes a tire swing. And the truck. So as you can see, through this randomizer, you can basically test yourself how many words you know and expand your vocabulary. It's super easy. There is no pronunciation button, but you can always go to Cambridge and check the pronunciation, which we will do. Let's continue. Repeat after me. Fake flowers. Fake flowers. Basically artificial flowers. Yeah? Fake flowers. Lamp shade, that is put over the lamp to kind of make it dimmer or not to have bright light directly into your eyes. So you use lamp shade. This part of the lamp is called lamp shade. Now, cinder block, that's an interesting word. I actually had to use this word in my recent lesson, and it's good that we have it here to review. Cinder block, cinder block. Let's generate some more. This time I'll ask you to pronounce it before me. Let's go. You pronounce it first. What is this? It's a magnet. Magnet. How about this one? Mouse pad. Mouse pad. I don't know. I never used any of these. I use something else just to put my elbow, to rest my elbow, like an elbow pad, but not mouse pad. And how about this one? Say it with me. It's a pool stick. Pool stick. Good job. Pool, actually, one of my little students was recently surprised to learn that this game, like billiard, billiard game, is also called pool. She was like, well, how do we distinguish that from the swimming pool? Well, if you type the word pool here, you will see that first of all, it's a swimming pool, but also pool can be a game. Yeah, like this. That's also a pool, okay? So pronunciation is the same. It's also a noun in both cases. So you could either say pool or a swimming pool. But of course, the context will always help you. Let's keep going with this vocabulary evening session. Evening vocabulary session. Let's go. So we have two same objects here, rubber duck, but that's these iconic yellow rubber duck. And the chair. In fact, this looks more like an armchair, but yeah, it's a chair. Now you. Let's go. Pronounce these words first. What is this? It's a blouse. Blouse. How about this one? It's a lamp. Lamp. And this is glass. Super easy, glass. Let's go and generate some more. Ice cube tray. That's a good one. Ice cube tray. We put it in a freezer to basically make ice cubes. By the way, these are called ice cubes, and to make them, we need to use an ice cube tray. This one is a couch. Oh my goodness, I always confuse this word like in spelling, couch with coach, So coach, like the trainer, and couch, just like sofa. Nail file. Nail file. I guess girls will know this very well. Nail file. But I know this well too because I have a file in my toolbox. Not a nail file, but metal file. So file, it's a tool that helps you shave off certain material. In this case, you're basically polishing your nails with the nail file. You're filing them. But you can also have a file for some woodwork or for metal work. So I have that kind of file in my toolbox. Okay, let's generate some more, and this time I'll ask you to read them first. Let's go. Let's see if you know these words. Okay, so what about this one? It's a doll. A doll. Okay, how about this one? It's a sticky note. Sticky note. Why are they called sticky? Because you can stick them to some surface. In fact, yes, these are called sticking notes. And of course, a computer. Computer, that's easy. Now, what about the abbreviations we use to describe computer, like a synonym to this word? What that would be? That would be a PC. PC, personal computer. Basically, PC stands for personal computer. I hope you're enjoying this, guys. I cannot see the controls of this live because I'm doing it through another like third party application. So if you like what you're watching, just give it a like, smash that like button a few times for me. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. So let's generate some more. And by the way, I hope anyone, like somebody's watching this. I hope somebody's watching at least. All right. So these words are keyboard, and by the way, those are called keys. So on the keyboard, We have keys, and each of them has its own name, actually. Yeah. This is fridge, quite a big one, double door fridge. Fridge. But where you freeze, where you make the ice cubes, that part is called freezer. Yeah. So we can have sometimes fridge and a freezer. And one shoe. But the pair would be pair of shoes. Oh, this one is actually shoes. Yeah. In the picture, it's only one, but the word says plural. So it can be plural like this with an s, or it can be just like this, one shoe. Why not? We can have just one shoe. Yeah. All right. Let's generate some more. This one is a game, Twister. I showed this to my students and they didn't know this, Many of them didn't know this game. I think I played maybe only once in my life. Twister, Twister. Why Twister? Because it comes from the verb to twist. Basically, when you are playing this game, you have to twist your body in all possible weird ways just to basically put that arm on that spot or your leg, your feet, whatever. Next one is soap. Soap, that's actually a bar of soap. We can have liquid soap, but this one is a bar of soap. All right. Then we have a table, a square shaped table. All right. Next batch is yours. Okay. You say it first, and then I tell you how to say it correctly. Let's go. This one, Go ahead. What is this? Nail file. And then number two, what is this? Greeting card. Yeah. Card that's just like a postcard. But greeting, yeah, when we say greetings, yeah, basically saying hello or saying like sending some wishes with this card, yeah. And of course, this one, it's apple. Apple. Plural is apples, and don't forget that before the word apple, we put article an. Obviously, because the first sound, not just a letter, but the sound is vowel, yeah. So an apple. Why am I saying sound? Well, because there is such a word as hour. Hour starts with letter H, yeah, right here. Hour. But we anyway use article an with this word, and we say an hour because the first sound is a, and hour, right? So basically, yeah, we use article an in that case. And by the way, why do we use article a or an? Why? Just for the sake of convenience. It would be very hard to say apple. It's almost like virtually impossible, very hard. So an apple is much easier. And let's go for a couple more of those, and that will be it for today. We'll call it a day. So first one here is a cookie jar. A cookie jar. I actually have a cookie jar right here. It's the metal box cookie jar. Then we have one slipper, and it's a bit strange because if you remember, there was a word shoes, yeah, and there was only one shoe. But here we have like two slippers, but the word is in one, like in singular. Yeah, it's a singular noun, slipper, but two are slippers, and again we call them a pair of slippers. Yeah, and the last one here is a sidewalk. Sidewalk. Okay, sidewalk. We walk on it, right? That's a road here, and a sidewalk that goes along the road. All right, guys, let's go for one last batch of words, and I'll give you a chance to pronounce them first, and then I will introduce some important information about my platform just during this live. Why not? All right. Well, it's your turn. Let's go. So this one, what is this? A sticky note, right? Because it's sticky. Then this one is a cork. It's usually made of cork tree or could be some synthetic material. And this one is a monitor. All right, monitor. Good job. Now let me just tell you a bit more about my platform. So As you can see, I'm hosting this community on Patreon. We already have 45 members here and 32 posts. Let me just guide you what we have here. Well, obviously, we have some posts here. I kind of post almost every day. As you can see, this one was posted an hour ago. Usually, I release stuff weekly. That's a podcast that you can listen about microshadowing. But let me just introduce a bit more the collections. So, what kind of collections do we have here? Vocabulary. I keep adding new, interesting explanation about vocabulary and different tools connected with vocabulary learning, listening and speaking. Grammar bank. Here we kind of dive deeper into certain topics. And by the way, you can vote on each topic. So, if you want to mm, choose a certain topic you want me to dive deeper into, you can do that. Then we have best language tools. Here I'm sharing top tools for English learning. Like, for example, this randomizer could be one of them, and I have many more interesting tools that you can use in a clever way to help you learn English and help you practice English. Okay. Now, what else do we have here? Practical mini lessons. So the idea behind this is that every single day with my students, I discover certain topics or certain areas of English that are really practical, really interesting. And usually that lesson is so beautiful because the student really learns something so practical that he or she can start applying it. Now, my idea was, hey, if it's so valuable, why not to share with everyone? So I decided to record each week one mini lesson for all the members of this community. And yeah, what is interesting about that, for example, last lesson was about emails, writing emails basically, and pronouncing, reading the emails. So very practical mini lessons. Now, here in this collection, we have gold standard of English. Here I collect speeches, audios, videos of the best speakers, like best English speakers. They are becoming our role models, gold standard of English that we want to achieve. So I usually create transcripts, shadowing exercises for these speeches, and a lot more basically exercises and material for you to be able to achieve that gold standard of English. And last but not least, we run weekly reading challenge. So here I'll just open up and show you one of the episodes. Actually, here we take a text, one text, yeah, and we basically I record a video as well reading that text to you. Here's the text, full transcript, and then we mine glossary. So we collect universal phrases and collocations from the text that you can then use in your life. And I record a short audio explaining you all of the examples. Basically, I give you more examples, explain the meaning of words. And then we have also mm, deconstructions, basically unscrambling sentences. I take a few very important sentences, grammatically important, vocabulary important, and you have to unscramble. You have to put the words back in order. Then we select one topic, one very specific grammar topic from the text, and I make a deep dive on that topic. You have a PDF and the worksheet as well. Then we go for shadowing. Basically, I take one paragraph, I read it to you, and you have to practice shadowing my audio. It's very short, micro shadowing, where you can basically learn and practice that vocabulary, grammar in that short audio. Then we go for deep comprehension. I will ask you to journal about the text and by answering three questions. And the last step is 3-to-1 reflection. Three new things you learned from this topic, two new phrases you commit to using this week, and one question you still have about the text or grammar. Okay, just like a way to reflect on the text. Now, for my executive patrons, you are also able to read the text, the full text, and basically record yourself reading, all right? And send me the audio, and I will send you back personalized feedback, again, in the form of an audio. So you have a chance to test yourself, and basically receive that personalized feedback on your reading. In the attachments, you will also see weekly reading journal. It's a special, like a journal template for you to fill in all of this information. Smart glossary from the text, and one grammar topic, like a deep dive in that particular topic. Like, look, this thing was posted 5 days ago. Some people left comments here already, and you can see here some related posts. That's the mini lesson on emails. This is a tool, newsletter. So there are lots of good things here in our community. And of course, you will get access to chats where you can meet new friends, new people, your fellow learners. Voice only chat. You can submit your readings here. Professional exchange. Some of my paid patrons have also access to professional exchange, basically a chat to network and grow. You can ask me anything, you can share your successes and just say hi. So there are lots of different options here, and different chats. And last but not least, you also have a shop here where you can buy my products. Here we have only one product so far, but I'll be adding later more products. This one is, for example, emergency help with English language. You can book an emergency session with me, like you can meet me in 2 hours time, or in 3 hours, basically almost on the same day. And we can work with you on interview preparation. If you have some urgent, interview maybe, or emergency kind of situation, we can work on the resume or cover letter editing, business communication. Maybe you need to practice your presentation because you have a presentation tomorrow. We can also work on urgent translations and proofreading, live meeting assistance, by the way, if you need me to translate some things or help you understand some meeting, okay? And academic paper review. If you are a student and you want to submit something and you want me to proofread it or something like that, you can always contact me and just click this button, help. Anyway, I will include all of these information in the description. I will add a link there. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this live. Keep using this randomizer to learn vocabulary and to test yourself. I will also include the link to this resource in the description to this video. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for your time. And if you are watching, just don't forget to visit my page and join our friendly community of English learners. See you in the next live session. Cheers.